We're doing QA right now. And out. So we time well spent, says Ava. Oh, definitely. Going to 5-5. Okay, there it is. And although we're not lagging right now, I'm still going to quit out and start again to make sure we don't lag too much. I mean, it's only boring because everything is correct, however. Imagine if there were like mistakes in the middle of this, and we spent like hours trying to check down the bugs. But that would be a different kind of QA. The only reason that this is so smooth is because I have made no mistakes. Every QA tester wishes this was their one. This was their job. Just report back, no bugs. I was just looking at the polar bear. The polar bear texture has a butthole. I don't know if I should talk about this. The backside of the polar bear, there's like a few pixels for a tail. They actually put the polar bear's butthole on the texture, is that right? I thought you leave that out of like toys and kids games. Like when you make a teddy bear, you don't make a teddy bear's butthole as well, even though it's anatomically correct. Anyway, I guess in your spare time you can go check out the polar bears. Because the cows and the pigs don't, right? The textures don't have a butt. Whoever made the polar bear was not following protocol. Why is that track so high above the ground? I guess it's a diagonal bit. Oh, I see. It's a straight diagonal out that way. Alright, I get it. The only diagonal junction in the game. It was so complicated, I didn't make it a second one. Every other junction is straight. Two sides of that persistor is not the same. Again, it's like I keep spotting little things that I don't understand why I built like that. Like one side slopes down along with the track, the other one sticks out, and I don't know why. They're different on the two sides. Ambition Station, much bigger than it needs to be. It seems to lag the most in loop 3, which is the loop that we just went through. And loop 3 is the densest, I guess. It's the only loop where you could like see multiple other stations from one station, because they're all so close together. And that part of the map seems to lag the most. I guess maybe just because of the complexity of that area. It doesn't bode well for my future plans of adding more architecture to each of the destinations, because that might just make the lag much worse. And it does bring me back to one of my recurring themes of the idea that I think they need to make a Minecraft 2, although I'm not sure how they're ever gonna do it. Because Redstone and Pistons, and even Minecarts, they were not... I don't think Notch had planned those when he first made Minecraft. So they're like added on to the existing engine. And I'm just not sure if it's like integrated very well. Like, was the game designed from the start to have a lot of dynamically updating entities? And is it possible to like reconceive of the game engine in a way that makes that more efficient? And the comparison I have is like Internet Explorer versus Chrome. Internet Explorer was built back when HTML was just text and images. And then later on, stuff like JavaScript got cobbled onto it. And of course there was the old ActiveX stuff, which was a huge mess. But the JavaScript was one of the big problems with Internet Explorer. Although, like, when everybody was using Internet Explorer, nobody really, I mean, I guess some people noticed, but most people didn't really realize like that was a big problem until Chrome came out. And when Google made Chrome, one of their big selling points was that their JavaScript engine was just a whole lot more efficient than Internet Explorer. And that made everything much faster, because between when Internet Explorer first came out and when Chrome first came out, JavaScript pretty much took over the internet. And so a lot had changed since Internet Explorer was first designed. And although, you know, it worked, it could do JavaScript, it wasn't designed from the ground up to optimize for JavaScript, whereas Chrome was. And Chrome was just miles better than Internet Explorer. Like, it was really obvious how much better it was for handling the modern internet at that time. I think Minecraft was built for like a lot of cubes. Like, it was originally designed to just be a world full of cubes. And then you tacked on these dynamic entities, you tacked on mobs, and then minecarts, and then redstone, and you tack on all this stuff. But I'm not sure if the underlying engine is really optimized for that versus just all the cubes. I mean, Minecraft these days, it handles the cubes pretty well, right? I mean, there's who knows how many millions of cubes there are in the game at any one time. And the game handles that really well. And also recently well, it's not that recent now, they announced they were partnering with Nvidia to make ray tracing work in Minecraft. And again, like, what happened to that? They announced it, and then and then there's no updates since then. I don't think it's gonna happen, the ray tracing. I think it's just like the game itself is not optimized and it's not designed for it. I think if they want ray tracing in Minecraft, they have to rebuild the whole engine. Like theoretically they can tack it on, but it's so inefficient doing it that way that it's not worthwhile, I suspect. I mean, I'd be happy to be proven wrong. You compare this to games like Factorio. Factorio is designed from the ground up for automation in machines, right? Although it's 2D, it's not 3D like this game. I haven't played. I should play Factorio. I should buy it and play it. Like, how complex do you have to make your factory in Factorio before the game starts to fall over, right? And if you play it for 2 hours in a row, does it start to accumulate lag? I don't think it does. I mean, if it does, the game wouldn't work. The very concept of it. Alright, so we're gonna arrive back at 5.5 in a little bit, and I'm gonna end the stream when I do. Next week, as I said, we do the same thing, except for the ones. We go 5-1, 4-1, 3-1, 2-1, 1-1, and then 5-1 again. And then we will have tested all the 5s, tested all the 1s, and for the most part I'm gonna assume that if the 5s works and the 1s work, then all the stuff in between works. And then after that, I guess we do some architecture again. Or maybe I can try and redesign these without pistons, see if that works. And then to rebuild all the persisters without pistons. Probably not gonna do that. Alright, so that's it for today. See you next time for another day of riding around on the minecart. Alright, see you later.